Hi, Clark Harvey, the BBQ mortgage guy, owner of First Rate Mortgage. Been helping clients for over 22 years, both residential and commercial lending in 5 states. Today, I want to talk to you about the appraisal, a very common thing that needs to happen in a refinance or purchase. Oftentimes, we can get an appraisal waiver depending on how much they're putting down, meaning if it's a Fannie or Freddie conventional loan, depending on the automated underwriting, we can get an appraisal waiver. So what that means is a Fannie and Freddie saying, hey, we agree with that value that you put in the system, and we don't need an appraisal, we're good. But if it's an FHA or VA, we're going to need an appraisal. If it's a purchase, if it's what we call a full refinance, they often can do like a streamlined VA, what they call EARL, or an FHA streamline that doesn't require an appraisal. But if it's a conventional purchase, most of the time you're going to have an appraisal. But let's talk about the appraisal a little bit. So an appraisal, by definition, is an opinion of value by the appraiser who's licensed in that state. And they typically like that appraiser kind of in that area as well. So if you're in a big state, they're not going to have someone coming, doing an appraisal that's in the north end of the state versus the south end of the state. They want someone who's local that kind of knows the area. And so when they go out to what they call inspect the property or do the appraisal, that date is the date that they go with. So if there's comparables that happen after that date of inspection, we can't use those comparables. And oftentimes, we think, okay, the neighbor just sold their property for X amount of dollars. They're across the street. Their home looks just like ours. Ours has better upgrades or whatever. Hear that often. Really, there's certain criteria that's required by the appraiser and the laws, lending laws that they require to be in that appraisal and to have similar properties. They have to have similar square footage, similar property type, typically similar price range, age, all those things. And they have effective age versus actual age, meaning have you upgraded that house? Is it 20 years old, but it looks like it's 5 years old because you've upgraded it? There's a lot of factors that go into an appraisal. And so a lot of places have what they have an online type of system where they can access maybe county records and other data, depending on the state that you live in. The MLS, the multiple listing service, they can access that data as well. And that helps determine the value, just an online, what I call a quick and dirty, just a quick, there's other places that like to provide values and so forth. And the reality is you can have 10 appraisers and have 10 different values on the same property. And the important thing is there's certain adjustments that they can do on that appraisal. They have certain tolerances that they're allowed to go within on that appraisal, meaning adjustments for a 3-car garage versus a 2-car garage, or this one has a fireplace and this one doesn't. This one, has, this over here. Maybe it's granite countertops versus, Formica, those kind of things. Those all make a difference in value. A lot of times people say, well, that fence that I put up, I spent $30,000. Why don't I get $30,000 of value in the property? Well, because it's not part of the real property. What it does help you in is maybe if you're looking to sell that house and your competitors in that same price range, yours has a nice, beautiful new fence, it's going to help it sell faster, most likely. And it could produce more value, but it's not going to be given value by the appraiser in most cases, depending on the fence or the shrubbery, things like that. People ask oftentimes, what are some of the things that you can do to increase the value of a home? Certainly, there's lots of options. Kitchen is obviously a frequent place that people go in. So an updated kitchen, nice appliances, nice finishes, things like that are definitely going to help the value. Maybe a new garage door. Or doors, outside curb appeal makes a difference. Making that home more sellable. Maybe it doesn't give it so much value, but it makes it more sellable. So there's 2 different things there we're talking about. And again, it's an opinion of value by that appraiser. They're going to get a purchase contract to go with, or when they do a refinance, they're going to pull up the data, what they feel are good comparables. Oftentimes on a purchase, people say, well, there's one that is under contract. This one's sold, and they have to be dated within a certain time frame, depending on the appraisal by VA, FHA, or conventional. So the criteria are all different. As far as the appraisal, that value is set by the appraiser. Sometimes you can rebut those values depending on the appraisal management company. You can reach out to them and say, hey, this appraiser missed this, and maybe they missed this. They're human too, and that's okay to go ahead and look through that appraisal. And oftentimes they'll have another set of eyes, appraiser board, take a look at that appraisal as well to make sure it fits within the guidelines of that loan program that the individual is doing. Hopefully that helps. That's a lot about appraisals. There's a lot more involved in there, but we're not going to get into that today. I just want to kind of give you an idea about the appraisal and how that works, because we all have an opinion of value when it comes to our home. And it's very personal if it's our home. What we've done there, we've raised children. Maybe people passed away. Maybe we've had a wedding in that home, one of our children. There's a lot of sentimental, emotional value that is placed. Unfortunately, when it comes to value, it's just this house versus all these others. And that's going to determine that opinion of value. And I hope that helps. Thanks, and have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
You've been listening to Clark Harvey, the BBQ Mortgage Guy. Clark is a licensed mortgage loan originator, NMLS number 240452, and his company, First Rate Mortgage, NMLS number 1172332. You can get a hold of Clark at area code 801-562-9100 or at his website at www.thebbqmortgageguy.com.